and welcome to OME Student Spotlight for the month of October. We have three amazing first years who are joining us to talk about their experience navigating their first year at Holy Cross so far. Without further ado, I will allow them to kick it off and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sanaya Simmons. I'm studying remote this semester from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a freshman at the college and very undecided on what I'd like to major in. I've joined 3 clubs so far. I'm a part of CASA, BSU, and WOCA, and I'm also part of the women's volleyball team.
Hi, I'm Amanda Santos, as well as first year at the college. I am from Westboro, Massachusetts, although originally I immigrated from Brazil. I am interested in majoring in political science, and I am part of the women's rowing team. I'm on the mock trial team, and I'm also part of LASSO.
So my name is Ariana. I am a first year student as well. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I do not have a major, but I'm interested in English with a minor in education. And so far I'm involved in BSU, Pax Christi, and Soul Sports.
Awesome. Thank you all. What is one word to describe your Holy Cross experience thus far and why?
One word that I would use to describe my Holy Cross experience would be supportive. I mean, everyone so far has been so helpful, from professors to advisors to even just peers and other classmates. There's also so many resources that are available on campus, so everyone's definitely been helpful, and I think supportive would be one word that I would use.
One word that I'd use to describe would be special. Might be a little bit cliche, but it is true that the professors are absolutely amazing, as well as all the students on campus. Everyone's very, very welcoming. It's a very great community to be a part of.
Yeah, going off Amanda, I would say it's definitely interesting. It's unique doing college from home, but I do find everyone to be very supportive, very loving, and very welcoming and helpful for our first year. So I really appreciate that.
What has surprised you the most about college?
For me, I wasn't expecting a lot of work. I don't know why. I know college is, really hard, but I never had this much work when I was in high school, and they definitely prepared me, but the amount of reading and the amount of writing and the type of writing is very much different. So just trying to adjust to that has been a little difficult, but I like it.
I was surprised by the outreach on behalf of the staff, and also how many, the variety of opportunities that we have here, ranging from clubs, organizations, athletic teams, musical teams, anything really.
The most surprising thing for me about the college so far has just been the amount of freedom we have. I feel like in high school, everything is very structured and you kind of do the same thing every day. Whereas in college and even being at home, it's like maybe you have a class at 9 and then you have a class at 2, but just definitely a lot that you can do with your schedule.
What has been the biggest obstacle you have had to overcome this semester?
I'd say that it's really just the online factor. That was the biggest thing that I was worried about once we found out we would be at home. But it hasn't been too bad. And to be quite honest, I feel like it's eased us in a little bit more into the difference between high school education and college classes, still being at home and having that support system there before you move on campus. So I thought that was a little bit surprising as well about when I overcame that challenge.
One of my greatest obstacles that I've had to overcome, and I'm still overcoming, is just being home and away from the gym. So as a student athlete, we have to be tasked with doing both schoolwork and athletics, but it's definitely different when you're at home. So that's something I'm still overcoming.
Yeah, something I'm overcoming, and I think I'm adding on to Amanda's point, but with time management, it's really difficult. Trying to manage taking care of yourself, being with family, and then trying to do work in this remote setting. So it's definitely something I'm still struggling with, but I know I'll overcome it over time.
Y'all got this. Trust me. What is your favorite class this semester?
My favorite class by far is my Montserrat class. It's called The Rise of Modern Foods. I definitely recommend picking it as one of your top 5 choices coming into the school. But it's a history-based class, but basically we just talk about food. Like today we talked about pizza, and it was awesome. The professor's also pretty great, Professor Stasiak. He not only keeps the class interesting, but he also takes the time to know all of our names and where we're from. So yeah, it's pretty great.
Wow, that class sounds really amazing. Ooh, anything about food.
Yeah.
My favorite class so far has been my Intro to Sociology class with Professor Kettingham. She is absolutely amazing, and similar to what Zanea had just said, she always tries to reach out to her students and get to know a little bit more about us on a one-on-one basis, which is really, really nice to see, especially on this online format.
For me, my favorite class this semester is Sociology 101, which is the sociological perspective with Professor Francis. Sociology is very different. Of course, I've never taken that before, and just seeing how we're totally influenced by our own culture, our own society, and everything like that is really interesting to me. And I think it'll be really helpful as someone who wants to be a future teacher. So I really, really like her class.
What have you learned about yourself so far this semester?
For me, I think it's definitely the fact that I can indeed do online education and that I can, set a schedule for myself, keep a routine, and be able to maintain that and do that successfully was something that I ended up discovering due to this.
I realized that I am very hopeful and very resilient. I mean, all of us are, of course, but I realized that I have more hope than I thought I did. I was like, these things are going to be remote. It's just going to be a mess. But actually coming into college, I've been like, no, we got this. I've been connecting with people, and I've been more outgoing and outspoken than I was when I was in high school. And it just made me realize that I have like a new change in my character, and it makes me really proud to see them growing.
A big thing I've learned about myself over the semester is how easily I get distracted. I think I talked about it a little before, but just how different the structure is in high school compared to college. There's a lot less structure, and it's easy to get distracted, especially with family everywhere. So definitely distractions.
How do you stay motivated, or what keeps you motivated?
For me, I stay very motivated just through my faith. I've always been in Catholic school, and I'm not a Catholic, but I am Christian. And just praying to God and just finding things to be grateful for every day makes me just hopeful that we will return in the spring and that things will get better. So I just try to tie into my faith a lot.
For me, it was definitely keeping a routine and maintaining that as much as I can, eating at the same time every day, going to bed at the same time, sleeping the same amount. And I think that it's helped me feel more alert in classes as well. So I really feel like I am actually learning when I'm sitting here on my computer all day.
Something that keeps me motivated is the possible, a future on campus. I mean, we got that hopeful email from Father Burrows earlier today. So definitely just wanting to be on campus is keeping me motivated to keep my grades up and everything.
Have you been able to connect with other students, and how?
I've been able to get in contact with other students, mainly through the organizations that I've come to be involved in. Being on the teams has really helped, but also through social media. Like you see someone that's in your class and you have a question about when an assignment's due, reach out to them, and then you have a friend. So I definitely think you have to be a little bit more extroverted and reach out to people to get there.
I agree with Amanda. I've actually been able to connect with a bunch of students too. Social media is a blessing, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram. And we even have a Class of 24 Facebook group that's pretty active lots of the time, but super easy to get connected. So
I personally have been connecting with people since the summer. So if you've seen me somewhere, I most likely was there. It's mostly because of Holy Cross events. I think they really try to get us to connect with one another. And I have connected with people that are in my class, not in my classes, upperclassmen, and just talking to them have made me just grow and realize different things about college, about the College of the Holy Cross. And like I've been to events through the OME and through other clubs, and they've really been able to help me connect with other students.
Nice. What I hear is social media is, a good way of going about connecting with other students, but also making the effort. And so you can't just sit around and wait to connect with folks. Like it has to be something that you actively do. So kudos to y'all for stepping out of your own bubble and connecting with other students. To wrap up our session for today, what is your favorite thing about Holy Cross?
My favorite thing about Holy Cross is definitely the energy on campus and that welcoming community feeling and vibe in general that you get the moment that you step foot.
I'd have to agree with that. My favorite thing is the atmosphere. I've been on campus 3 times now, and every time I'm on there, it just kind of feels like the right fit. Unfortunately, we're not there right now, but the college still has tons of ways to help keep us connected to that Holy Cross community.
Okay, I can't lie. I said I definitely agree with what Amanda and Sanaya said. It's the community, it's the people. I know we are on Zoom and we have classes every day and we have that Zoom fatigue, but it's really the people. Every call that I get on, just connecting with all the people on every call, it just makes every single day being on Zoom with you guys very special.
I just want to thank you all for sharing, but I'm wishing you all the best as you navigate your first year at Holy Cross. So congrats on making it thus far in the semester. And I am proud of y'all. And so continue to be involved and be engaged in the campus community, but continue to be rock stars.